So today I have a bit of, I guess I'd call it a rest day. The way the hostels were booked, I ended up having to have 2 nights here in a hostel, Alta Krunich, just east of Roybridge in central Scotland. So I'm just taking a little walk in the area here. There's apparently some ruins around the corner, yeah, just exploring the area around Roybridge. You can see that my hike kind of takes me across this little river here. The hostel I have is just 500 meters away, so it's kind of a nice little hike in the area, kind of checking out the scenery here. Just coming across the river. I believe it's the River Speen that I'm crossing there, and the train just follows it all the way to Fort William. Well, not the river, but the train tracks run next to it. Yeah, I'm just going around the corner here, and according to a map, there is some old ruins there. So my path has sort of continued somewhat alongside of Speen River here. I think that up ahead is where I see some walls there, so I'm assuming that may be where my ruins are. So we're just approaching the Auchnacoin ruins here. I'm going to look to see if I can find something that kind of explains it, but you can see at least 2 houses with their old chimney stacks there, and a bit of fencing kind of around. So there's no markers here, but assuming it's an old farmstead with a couple houses kind of in the general area. A little light rain coming down. I'll take a short break here and I'll head back down because there's some trails the other way along the River Speen. I followed the path and I've come down to this river, and I'm going to follow the river up into the hills a little bit behind and see what I can see. One last look at some cascades on the River Speen before I head off away from the river. This plan maybe hasn't quite worked out as I intended. Came upstream and it's definitely kind of fenced off here, and although I think you do have a right to wander here in Scotland, I may respect the fence and not kind of try and figure out where the trail on my map leads. So just continuing along the path here, heading westward. Look out over the Speen Valley here, or the Speen River Valley. And you can see Roybridge in the distance there to the right. Still on the walk, there's a lot of these little streams running down from the top of the hill, kind of making a little picturesque little waterfall cascade image. And kind of continue down on this little bit of a crossing here. I was just looking here and realized you can see my hostel, the blue roof there, from this vantage point as I kind of climb up one of the hills here. So we'll see where we get. As I turned the corner, I ran into this here, an old tunnel that is kind of blocked up here. I believe a lot of these were actually used as military things from the Second World War, but I might be wrong about that. But I remember reading at the National Scottish Museum about it. Well, I found the upper trail. I'm not sure if this is actually part of the East Highland Way, but I do know that it's either this one or the one on the other side of the hill. But you can see, if you look ahead, you might be able to see that the line of the trail kind of cuts right across these hills. But the beautiful view of the Speen Valley here. So I will walk here and then come back probably next to the Speen River. Well, I kept following the path on the upper side and realized now it was an old railway line. Here's an old bridge, and unfortunately there's a bit of a gully here, so I'm gonna turn around and head back from here and try and kind of find a different route to explore the area. But still, beautiful scenery of this Bean Valley. So just following the lower path now. I thought I'd go to Roybridge. I don't know if there's actually a pedestrian bridge across that I can get to the other side, but even if I have to turn around, that's alright. I was looking at the map and was thinking that this may be the path I take tomorrow rather than walking along the highway. It seems to connect in at Speen Bridge with bridges over the water there, so it seems like it's a reasonable approach to take to stay away from traffic, and it's a relatively nicely done trail here. So I'm on my way back to the hostel. I think I made a good decision to come this way tomorrow, going all the way to Speen Bridge on this path. I kind of like it because there's lots of these old houses, some that look like they may be occupied, like this one, but a lot of others that are just old ruins of older houses. Anyhow, that's it for today. Kind of did about 15 kilometers and have another kilometer and a half to go back to the hostel.